Come upstairs, supper's ready. The guests are gone. Come upstairs, supper's ready. The guests are gone. Here's 5 everyday things that you didn't know the purpose of. The number 57 on Heinz ketchup bottles. According to Heinz, only 11% of people know that it has nothing to do with the product label. It's actually a sweet spot to tap on to get the sauce onto your plate. Childproof bottle caps. Everyone knows plastic medicine bottles come with childproof caps. But if there's no children around, you could flip the cap upside down and it's no longer childproof. The arrow next to the fuel tank. The arrow actually points to which side of the vehicle the fuel tank's on, which is really handy if you're renting a vehicle. The little slot at the end of tape measures. The slot can be held on nails when you're measuring, so you don't need anyone else to hold it. The ridges on the F and J keys. These are there so your index fingers can locate other keys with muscle memory, making it easier to type. Here's 5 everyday things that you didn't know the purpose of. The number 57 on Heinz ketchup bottles. According to Heinz, only 11% of people know that it has nothing to do with the product label. It's actually a sweet spot to tap on to get the sauce onto your plate. Childproof bottle caps. Everyone knows plastic medicine bottles come with childproof caps. But if there's no children around, you could flip the cap upside down and it's no longer childproof. The arrow next to the fuel tank. The arrow actually points to which side of the vehicle the fuel tank's on, which is really handy if you're renting a vehicle. The little slot at the end of tape measures. The slot can be held on nails when you're measuring, so you don't need anyone else to hold it. The ridges on the F and J keys. These are there so your index fingers can locate other keys with muscle memory, making it easier to type. How do you want your haircut today? Can I just get a bit off the top? Say no more. Alright, take a look. How do you want your haircut today? Can I just get a bit off the top? Say no more. Alright, take a look.
I'm on a sugar crash.
Hey sweetie, have you packed your clothes yet? No, not yet. What was that? They'll do it right now. How many nights are we staying? We're gone for 2 nights. 1 underwear, 2 underwear, and just to be safe, I need this for the vehicle so I don't get bored, and this book, and 1 more just to be safe. Man was home alone when he heard on the news the description of a murderer that was on the loose. He looked through his glass window and seen a man standing there in the snow. He matched the profile of the murderer exactly and was smiling at him through the window. He immediately picked up his phone and dialed 911. He went back to the window and noticed the man was much closer now. He dropped his phone in shock when he noticed there was no footprints in the snow. Then he realized it was just his reflection the whole time. If you want more creepy stories like that, just download the app on my profile. Drums here, quick, go and hide so you don't have to go home. Here's how to survive falling without a parachute. First, you want to spread your arms and legs to create air resistance, which will slow down your fall. You want to avoid landing in water because just like concrete, water doesn't compress. It would be just like landing on a sidewalk, but worse because you'd be unconscious underwater. Next, you want to bring your arms and legs into your body to steer into a swamp, snow, or trees, because they will all slow you down before hitting the ground, making the impact better. If you can't find any of those, your next best option is a roof or the top of a vehicle because it will break and reduce your impact. Then you want to try and land on your feet. The bones in your legs will absorb most of the impact before breaking, allowing your body more time to slow down before hitting the ground. Lastly, you want to interlock your fingers behind your head and point your elbows forward to protect your skull. For this assignment, you'll need a partner. Hey, do you want to be my partner? Yeah, sure. What? Is there anyone who doesn't have a partner? Okay, you can go with me.
I'm on a sugar crash.
Hey, what are you doing? You can take whatever you want. I had a bad day. Okay, thanks. Wait, why are you letting me take things? So I have time to call the police. Families always wanted a ping pong table, but they could be really expensive, and we don't want to spend that kind of money. So that's where this thing comes in handy. This portable net is way more affordable and convenient. You can literally bring it with you and play it wherever you want. If you want to get one for yourself, you could get it from the link on my profile. Now watch this.
I'm on a sugar crash. I'm on a sugar crash.
My husband went missing. Okay, we'll be right there. Can you give us a description of your husband? He's 6 foot 2 inches, has blonde wavy hair, and always has a smile on his face. Thank you, we're just gonna verify this with your neighbor. You can't believe her. He's 5 foot 4 inches tall, bald, and always has a frown on his face. Why did you lie to us? Just because I reported him missing doesn't mean I want him back. carpet! Hey, do you want something to eat? Yeah, sure. Mom, my friend wants something to eat! Really? I told you to clean your room before your friend came over. Did you do it? I'm sorry, Mommy. Answer my question. Did you do it? No, I didn't! If you can make me laugh, I'll PayPal you 1 cent.
No.
What about $1?
Oh, I don't know. That's a big bank. No.
What about 2?
No.
3?
It's not worth my time.
$5. Take it or leave it.
What can I get with $5?
You could get a Big Mac.
I could. I definitely could.
Alright, try.
Okay. I don't know.
That was too funny, man.
I-
No joke, send it.
Why?
Because I'll send you the money. You made me laugh.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You actually sent me. I didn't. Why?
It's Christmas. If you can make me laugh, I'll PayPal you 1 cent.
No.
What about $1?
Oh, I don't know. That's a big bank. No.
What about 2?
No.
3?
It's not worth my time.
$5. Take it or leave it.
What can I get with $5?
You could get a Big Mac.
I could. I definitely could.
Alright, try.
Okay. I don't know.
That was too funny, man. No joke, send it.
Why?
Because I'll send you the money. You made me laugh.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You actually sent me. I didn't. Why?
It's Christmas. Hey, teacher, what are we doing today? We're gonna watch a movie. Really? Wow! But make sure you take notes, because there's gonna be an assignment after. Hey, teacher, what are we doing today? We're gonna watch a movie. Really? Wow! But make sure you take notes, because there's gonna be an assignment after. We're gonna do a memory test. What's 3 times 3? 274. It's your turn. What's 3 times 3? Tuesday. Okay, your turn. What's 3 times 3? 9? Yes, that's it. How did you get the answer? Simple. I subtracted 274 from Tuesday. We're gonna do a memory test. What's 3 times 3? 274. It's your turn. What's 3 times 3? Tuesday. Okay, your turn. What's 3 times 3? 9? Yes, that's it. How did you get the answer? Simple. I subtracted 274 from Tuesday.
I'm on a sugar crash.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm good, how are you? Good, how are you? Do you know the answer to question 3? What? Do you know the answer to question 3? What? Do you know the answer to question 3? Oh! What's wrong? My wife asked me a question and now I'm in trouble at home. What kind of question? She asked me if I would still love her when she gets old, fat, and wrinkly. That's easy, you just say, of course I will. Yeah, that's what I did, except I said, of course I do. Let me quickly take a picture. One more, I need you to smile. Just one more, I need you to fix your posture. Just one more, you have the hair sticking out. Perfect. So how was school today? It was fine. Did you have fun? Yeah, I guess. Did you learn anything new? Sure. Like what? I don't know, can you please get away from the TV?
How parents think you will act when they tell you to get some fresh air.
I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip. Yeah. I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip. Can't try.
Can I bring this magazine next door to get a photocopy? Need some ID, like a driver's license or a credit card. But my wife's here getting a haircut. Yes, I know, but I'll need something you'll come back for.
How parents think guests will act when you don't clean your room.
I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip. Yeah. I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip. Can't try.
I grant you 3 wishes. I wish math didn't exist. Done. You have no more wishes. Do you know the difference between right and wrong? Yes, I do. Alright, if I reached into a man's pocket and took his wallet with all his money, what would I be? You'd be his wife.
That's how you do it.
Hello.
Hi,
How old are you?
13.
Well, I'm 12. And the next one. Hello.
Hello.
They say Disneyland is the happiest place on earth. Man, I couldn't do it. I heard the echoes and I couldn't concentrate. Hello. It looked like she was at school, so I didn't want to make her friends jealous.
How gym teachers think we act at home.
I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip. Yeah. I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip.
Mom and Dad just texted me and I'm gonna prank them. My mom said, Luke, can you come upstairs and do the dusting? And my dad said, you also need to sweep the floor. I replied with, can you guys do it for me? Then my mom said, no. Then I opened this app and clicked, of course, which changed my mom's text. Alright, I'm going upstairs to see if they're doing it. Hey mom, how's the dusting going?
Oh, great.
Good, keep up the good work. What about you, Dad? How's the sweeping going?
Oh, just fabulous.
Good, glad to hear it. Mom and Dad just texted me and I'm gonna prank them. My mom said, Luke, can you come upstairs and do the dusting? And my dad said, you also need to sweep the floor. I replied with, can you guys do it for me? Then my mom said, no. Then I opened this app and clicked, of course, which changed my mom's text. Alright, I'm going upstairs to see if they're doing it. Hey mom, how's the dusting going?
Oh, great.
Good, keep up the good work. What about you, Dad? How's the sweeping going?
Oh, just fabulous.
Good, glad to hear it. Where are you going? I'm moving in with my mom. And where do you think you're going? I'm also moving in with my mom. And what about the kids? Well, if you're moving in with your mom and I'm moving in with my mom, I guess they should move in with their mom. Where are you going? I'm moving in with my mom. And where do you think you're going? I'm also moving in with my mom. And what about the kids? Well, if you're moving in with your mom and I'm moving in with my mom, I guess they should move in with their mom. Why can't I go to my friend's house? Because I said so. But all my friends are gonna be there. If they jumped off a cliff, would you do it too? Of course not. That's completely different. This isn't fair. Wait until you get into the real world. Oh, shut up. Did you just say what I thought you said? If you heard me say it, then why are you asking? Why can't I go to my friend's house? Because I said so. But all my friends are gonna be there. If they jumped off a cliff, would you do it too? Of course not. That's completely different. This isn't fair. Wait until you get into the real world. Oh, shut up. Did you just say what I thought you said? If you heard me say it, then why are you asking? Start writing this in your notes. Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you? So what did you need help with? I'm not gonna teach you this because you'll learn it next year. I'm gonna skip this because you guys should remember it from last year. Lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it. He should be sleeping. Are you making a TikTok? Please don't tell Mommy. Answer my question. Are you making a TikTok? Yeah. Can I be in it? Hey, can you help me load this money into the truck? Yeah, sure. So why'd you need my help? Don't other people work here? Well, I'm not actually a bank attendant. I just needed someone to blame. Why aren't you picking up the phone? I always pick it up on the third ring. It makes me seem cooler. Pick it up! Fine. 911, what's your emergency? You should go study. But why? So you get good marks. Then, you'll get a high-paying job. Then, you'll have a nice car, a nice house, and a better life. Then, you'll relax. What do you think I'm doing right now? Here's $5. Go in and get a loaf of bread. Fine. Can I get this loaf of bread, please? The total will be $5.15. Did you say $5.15? Yup, that's correct. Mommy! My laugh will arrive in 4 to 5 business days. Edit. The package got stolen. See, those ones make me laugh. This dude speaks as if he's figuring out English each time he opens his mouth and is surprised by the sounds/words that are coming out. It's true. But then, just wait. A couple comments down on the exact same video. I don't know why y'all I can't even read this now because of the last comment. Here's the only way to survive a falling elevator. Most people think you should jump right before you hit the ground. However, it'll be difficult to jump when you're falling. And secondly, if you're falling at a speed of 50 miles per hour and you jump 5 miles per hour into the air, you'll still hit the ground going 45 miles per hour. Now, before I tell you what you should do, I found this app that lets you FaceTime with your favorite celebrities. Just press this button on my profile if you want to try it too. Now, instead of jumping, you should lie flat on your back because this way the impact is spread equally through your whole body. But just remember, with today's modern safety features, your chances of dying are 1 in 10 million.
How parents think you will act when they take away your phone.
I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. my drip. Right back on my drip, yeah. I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my.
You all understand how to use longitude, latitude, and degrees now? Yeah! So what if I asked you to meet me for lunch at 55 degrees, 6 minutes north latitude, and 72 degrees, 8 minutes east longitude? You would be eating by yourself. Here's 3 survival tips that could one day save your life. Starting a fire with almost no resources. All you need is batteries and foil, like a bubblegum wrapper. Just put the foil at the end of the batteries and it will start to heat up and burn. And once you get a flame, you could use things like Doritos to have a mini fire. Sending an emergency signal. Now that you know how to make a fire, you need a lot of smoke. To produce that, you could use fresh pine and spruce leaves, wet leaves from any other trees, or rubber materials. Another way to send a signal is by using something reflective, like a mirror, CD, metal, and even jewelry. Emergency number. A really handy thing to know is that most cell phones will dial your local emergency number even if you have no SIM card and no service. You need to eat healthier. No. The last patient who didn't change their diet after I told them to died. Oh my goodness! In a plane crash. That sounds unrelated. I'm the one that crashed it, so don't disobey me. Time for school already? Yes, 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 yes! Time for school already? Yes, 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 yes! Here's why the queen always carries her purse. Inside the bag she carries a mirror, a pen, lipstick, a few mints, and her reading glasses. But on Sundays she also carries money for church donations. However, she mainly uses it as an indicator for her staff. When the queen shifts her purse from one hand to the other, it means she's ready to finish that conversation. If the queen puts her purse on the dinner table, it means she wants the event to be over within the next 5 minutes. When the queen puts her purse on the floor, it means she's finding no pleasure in the conversation and would like someone to help her out. And finally, when the queen twists her ring, it means she needs to be rescued immediately. Here's why the queen always carries her purse. Inside the bag she carries a mirror, a pen, lipstick, a few mints, and her reading glasses. But on Sundays she also carries money for church donations. However, she mainly uses it as an indicator for her staff. When the queen shifts her purse from one hand to the other, it means she's ready to finish that conversation. If the queen puts her purse on the dinner table, it means she wants the event to be over within the next 5 minutes. When the queen puts her purse on the floor, it means she's finding no pleasure in the conversation and would like someone to help her out. And finally, when the queen twists her ring, it means she needs to be rescued immediately. Doctor, I want to lose weight. What should I do? Do you want my camera? What about my iPhone 12 Pro Max? What about my Lamborghini? What about $100 million? Congrats, you're skinny now. Doctor, I want to lose weight. What should I do? Do you want my camera? What about my iPhone 12 Pro Max? What about my Lamborghini? What about $100 million? Congrats, you're skinny now. The other day my dad started ripping our carpet apart to put in some new flooring. Nothing ever goes as planned and his back and knees were starting to hurt, so he was getting annoyed. But slowly, with the help of me of course, we got it done. I wanted to surprise my dad, so I got these Gobi light strips to put on the back of our TV. There's a bunch of different scenes you could choose from, and with the included camera the colors can change to whatever's showing on the TV. My dad decided to put the colors to his favorite basketball team.
Yeah!
And as you could tell, he really likes them. Do you know Microsoft just bought Skype for over $10 million? Really? They're idiots! Why do you say that? Because they could have downloaded it for free. Here's what cartoon characters would look like in real life. Daffy Duck from Looney Tunes. Daisy from Looney Tunes. Speedy Gonzales from Looney Tunes. Tiger from Winnie the Pooh. Chase from Paw Patrol. Bing Bong from Inside Out. Bruni from Frozen 2. Sandy from SpongeBob. Judy Hopps from Zootopia. Flounder from The Little Mermaid. Harry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb. And the cat from Alice in Wonderland. When I look into your eyes, I see something beautiful. Really? What is it? My reflection.
How your parents think you will act when they tell you to smarten up.
I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on my drip. Yeah. I ain't gon' cry too long. I'm back on my drip. Drip my drip, my drip. Right back on.
5 emojis that you've been using wrong. Lots of people think this emoji symbolizes praying, but it's actually a high five. When you first look at this, it looks like a kiss, but it's actually a whistle. The right-facing fist doesn't mean to punch, but is a sign of respect. This emoji is usually used to get people to read what's underneath it, but also symbolizes being under the weather or feeling down. This isn't just a pink ribbon, it's actually the symbol for fighting cancer. Secret messages hidden in popular logos. In the FedEx logo, there's an arrow in between the E and the X. It stands for moving forward, speed, and precision. In the Amazon logo, there's an orange arrow that goes from A to Z, and this means they have you covered for every letter in the alphabet. In the Tostitos logo, the two lowercase t's represent people holding a chip, and the I is a table holding a bowl of salsa. In the Hershey's Kisses logo, the space in between the K and the I is shaped as one of their chocolates. In the Pringles logo, the dot on the I is actually a chip. The B in this logo doesn't just represent beats, but also someone wearing a pair of headphones. You understand what you're supposed to be doing? Yup. Oh, good. Psst. What? What are we supposed to be doing? I don't know. Pay attention! I am paying attention, ma'am. Oh, really? What's the last thing I said? The last thing you said is pay attention. 5 dream signs you shouldn't ignore. Falling. This means you're overwhelmed and out of control in a situation in your life. Being chased. This means you're avoiding an issue or a person in real life. Flying. This means you're ready to take a bold decision in life. Lost. This means you feel out of place or you're going the wrong direction in life. And finally, being naked in public means you have the fear of being judged. 5 emojis that you've been using wrong, part 2. You may have seen this in comic books before where it means bam. But when texting, it means the person you're talking to has lost their temper or is out of control. Apart from meaning ban, the X emoji also symbolizes a kiss. This emoji is a Japanese ogre named Namahage, which drives away evil spirits. This emoji represents the mask of Tengu, which is a demon from the Japanese mythology. It's used to tell the person you're texting with that they're being arrogant. This emoji means no good. In Asian countries, it's often shortened to these 2 letters. Why do you always look at that picture of me on your phone? When there's a problem, no matter how impossible it is, I look at your picture and it just disappears. You see how good I am for you? Yeah, when I look at your picture, I think to myself, what other problem could be bigger than this one? Hey taxi, how much will it cost for you to drive me to the Super 8? Just $10. Hey taxi, how much will it cost for you to drive me to the Super 8? Just $10. And how much for my bag? Oh, you don't have to pay for the bags. Okay, take my bag and I'll meet you there. Gross habits that are actually good for you. Burping after you eat a meal is actually good for your stomach because it helps relieve it of air. When you bite your nails, you consume some of the bacteria that's on them. This makes your immune system start producing white blood cells, which helps fight bacteria. Studies showed that kids who suck on their thumbs or bite their nails are less likely to suffer from allergies. Taking showers washes away your essential oils, which are necessary to protect and hydrate your skin. So it's healthy if you skip showers every once in a while. I like your dress. Really? Yeah, and your lipstick looks amazing. Thank you. Your makeup also looks really good. Aw, thanks. But you're still ugly. Actors that can't stand their movies. Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. The actor grew up on movie sets because of the 8 Harry Potters through 10 years. But he said he hates the 6th movie because his acting was awful. George Clooney in Batman and Robin. In 1997, Batman and Robin was so unsuccessful that no one made another Batman movie for 8 years. George Clooney decided to apologize to people who watched it and also Adam West, who played Batman in the 60s. Alec Guinness in Star Wars. He once called Star Wars fairy tale rubbish. He didn't consider Obi-Wan's role to be a serious work and the dialogue of the character irritated him. She made 2 fat jokes about me yesterday. Pfft, that's a lie. Then why would she remember you making them? Because elephants never forget. Everyday habits that are bad for you. Using your phone before going to bed. Artificial light at night reduces the production of melatonin, which is what helps you fall asleep. Stopping yourself from sneezing. When you try to prevent yourself from sneezing, pressure in your brain increases significantly. The blood flow in your brain is disrupted and your blood vessels and nervous tissues are compressed, which can lead to headaches, damaged vessels, and hearing problems. Leaving food in plastic containers. Lots of plastic containers have artificial chemicals which help them maintain their flexibility. If kept in there for a long time, those substances can get into your food and affect your organs. Guess what? Yesterday I found out that 20 piranhas can strip your flesh in just 15 minutes. Really? That's crazy. But unfortunately I lost my job at the swimming pool. Here's the only way to survive a grenade blast. The first thing you want to do is turn the other direction and get at least 15 feet away. Then lay on your stomach with the bottom of your feet pointing at the grenade. This will reduce your chances of getting hit by the fragments. But if you do get hit, it will be the bottom of your shoes instead of your skin. Now before I tell you what to do if there's a grenade in the water with you, I found this app that tells you your celebrity lookalike, and apparently I look like Marilyn Monroe. If you want to find out who you look like, just press this button on my profile. Now if there's a grenade in the water with you, don't swim deeper, get out. Swimming deeper will cause the blast of the grenade to compress your lungs and cause serious damage. Can I have a cigarette? I thought you quit smoking. I'm in the process of quitting. Right now I'm in the middle of phase 1. What's phase 1? I've quit buying. These secret codes unlock hidden iPhone features. This number makes it so when people call you, it sends them straight to voicemail, and to turn it off, you just type it again. Typing in this makes it so when you phone people, your number won't show up. When you put this followed by somebody's number, your number won't show up only for that one call. Type this in to activate call waiting, which turns this on for when someone calls you when you're already on the phone. To deactivate it, type this. Putting in this lets you check how many missed calls you have. This lets you check the balance of your phone bill, and this tells you how many available minutes you have left. Don't do it. I bet you'll regret it the rest of your life. You dummy, don't say yes. No, no. Dang, he finally did it. What an idiot. What are you watching? Our wedding. Here's why bees can only sting once. When a bee sticks its stinger into your skin, it releases venom which causes pain and can affect your immune system and skin cells. Bees won't sting unless they feel threatened, but after stinging you, they can't pull their stinger out of your skin, so they have to leave it behind. The stinger contains some of the bee's digestive system, nerves, and muscles which are essential for the bee to live, so they end up not surviving. Hello? Yeah, I'll send him down. Luke? Your mom's here to pick you up for your dentist appointment. Robber showed up to the bank he robbed during a live broadcast. In Minnesota, a man was reporting about a bank being robbed the day before, when an employee ran out of the building behind him and pointed to something in the distance.
Tyler, just 24 hours ago, this bank in North... What? Oh, that's the robber. This is live TV, folks. That's the robber, just went by, according to the bank employee. So, I gotta go here and call 911. I'll talk to you later.
The bank employee ran after him, but he jumped into a van. But because of this, the police were able to track him down and arrest him. It turns out he had robbed the same bank 2 days in a row. To who do you owe your success as a millionaire? I owe everything to my girlfriend. Wow, she must be a great girl. What were you before she came into your life? A billionaire. Here's what would happen if the Queen murdered someone. Whenever someone goes on trial in the UK, it's that person versus the Crown, which means it's the Queen versus you. But the Queen can't prosecute herself, so she could technically get away with murder. Now, before I tell you the craziest part, I found this app that lets you prank your friends and family by changing their text messages. Just press this button on my profile if you want to try it too. Legally, no arrest can be made in the Queen's presence without her approving it. So if anyone tried to arrest her, she could just say no. Here's why you should never swallow gum. In 2011, Samantha Jenkins fell into a coma and later died at the age of 19. After her death, her mom found dozens of empty gum packets in her possessions. She felt ridiculous suggesting that it might have something to do with her death, but she thought it was worth mentioning. The doctor later said the cause of death was because of a lack of minerals in her body, which was caused by malabsorption because of the chewing gum in her stomach. I love you. I have a boyfriend. I love you. I just need some time alone. I love you. I have a boyfriend. Bro, I just dropped my phone from the 20th floor. Is it broken? I don't know yet, but good thing I put it on airplane mode. If you see a coin in your car door handle, run and call the police. Thieves have found a sneaky new way to steal vehicles. They put a coin in your car door handle just like this, and if it's on the passenger side, you probably won't notice it. Then when you go to lock your car, it won't lock properly, leaving it unlocked for thieves. They can then follow you home, go inside it, and steal everything, including the car itself. Here's how to tell if your phone is being hacked. Your battery starts to drain quickly. This can happen when there's an unknown app running in the background of your phone. Your phone gets warm. When you're not doing anything on your phone and this happens, that could be another sign that there's something running in the background. Your phone reboots itself, turn off, open apps, and dials phone numbers. Unless your phone's really old, this can mean that somebody's tapping into it. You can't turn off your phone. Instead, your phone starts opening apps, turning up the brightness, volume, and so on. And finally, when you hear echoes during calls and locations that it hasn't happened to you in before.
Can I get a new phone? 1 year later. 2 years later.
I'm on a sugar crash, I ain't gonna.
Secret messages hidden in popular logos. Hyundai. Lots of people think the logo is just the first letter of the company, but it also symbolizes a client and a representative of the company shaking hands. Adidas. The logo has 3 stripes that form a triangle. This symbolizes a mountain which represents the challenges all athletes have to overcome day after day. Toyota. The logo is actually a needle with a thread passing through it to represent their past, because they used to make weaving machines. However, the individual parts of the logo also spell out the company's name. Why are you praying in my class? My mom told me I should pray before sleeping. Here's the only way to survive a crocodile attack. Crocodiles have the strongest jaws on the planet and they kill around 1,000 people every year. If you see a crocodile while you're in the water, you need to stay calm and slowly swim away. If it's still chasing you when you get out of the water, you need to scream and run in zigzags. This will confuse the crocodile and it will eventually leave you alone. Now before I tell you what to do if it already has you in its jaw, I found this app that lets you prank your friends and family by changing their text messages. If you want to try it too, just press this button on my profile. Now if it already has you in its jaw, you need to punch the eyes. This will stun the crocodile and it'll let you go. me all your money, otherwise you'll be chemistry. Don't you mean history? Don't change the subject. Here's the only way to survive if you're buried alive. First, you need to stay calm and slow down your breathing to preserve oxygen. Then lift your shirt up and tie it in a knot to protect yourself from dirt. Now with something hard like a belt buckle, a ring, or a rock, you need to break the coffin. Now use your hands to push the dirt to your feet so you can sit up, then climb out. How long is the flight from London to New York? Just a minute. Thank you. She said a minute. What? Bad habits that are actually good for you. Sleeping in. Waking up when your body tells you to wake up rather than your alarm keeps your metabolism up, which means you could eat more food without gaining weight. And people who undersleep are more likely to eat larger portions of junk food. Complaining. Always looking at the bright side of life won't necessarily make you a happier person, but being realistic about the good and bad parts of your life has shown to be better for your mental health. Being messy. People who are messy tend to be more creative, and they found to be 36% more efficient than people who are neat. Dust mites have a hard time living in messy conditions like an unmade bed, so it can also be a good thing for people with allergies.
How I act when my parents are sleeping. How my parents act when I'm sleeping.
Easter eggs you didn't notice in Frozen 2. In this scene, Elsa was playing with toys made out of snow. The one she's holding in her hand isn't just any elephant. It's actually Dumbo. And then right here on the ground is Baymax from Big Hero 6. And next to it is the super dog from the movie Bolt. And lastly, next to Anna is the Princess Snow White. Hey dear, there's a stop it. One shall not speak while we're eating. If you say so. Now tell me, what were you saying? Nothing. There's just a cockroach in your burger. Secret messages hidden in popular logos. In Baskin-Robbins, the B and the R also have the number 31 to represent how many flavors they have. In the Tour de France logo, the O, U, and the R are shaped as someone riding a bike. The bottom of the Levi's logo is the same shape as the pockets on their jeans. The coat of arms of Bern, which is where Toblerone chocolate is made, has a bear on it. And so does the logo. The tire company Continental has the C and the O shaped as a tire. Now before I tell you the craziest one, I found this app that tells you your celebrity lookalike. Just press this button on my profile if you want to try it too. The reason the Apple logo has a bite in it is so people wouldn't mistake it as a cherry. Hey, what are you doing right now? Phoning the most beautiful girl in the world. Aw, that's sweet. Yeah, but she's not answering, so I'm phoning you. 5 things the Queen has never been able to do. The Queen isn't allowed to grow long nails. She also has to keep her hair neat, and if she wants to wear makeup, it must look natural. The Queen isn't allowed in public without a bodyguard. Each member of the family has up to 5 highly trained armed officers while they're out in public. The Queen can't choose who she wants to speak with at formal dinners. The rule is she must begin speaking with the person on her right, then switch to the person on her left. The Queen has never been allowed to sign her autograph. The whole royal family has been banned from signing autographs for fans in case their signature gets forged later on. And finally, one of the most strict rules is how she's allowed to sit. In particular, she isn't allowed to cross her legs. The Queen must keep her knees together while tilting her legs to the sides. Hey, what's wrong? I'm sick of your comments about my weight. I'm leaving you. But what about our child? What child? So you're not pregnant? 3 things Disneyland doesn't want you to know. For a long time, there's been a rumor that some of the bones on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride are from real human skeletons. In 2014, a writer asked an employee about the rumor as he was getting off the ride, and she said the skeleton sitting above the bed in the treasure room contains a real human skull. Underneath Disneyland, there's a massive system of underground tunnels. One of the purposes for the tunnels is to keep the magic alive by hiding the characters when they're not supposed to be seen. Emergency vehicles also use the tunnels to get to their patient while trying to be unseen by the public so they don't kill the vibe. Disneyland strategically releases a vanilla scent through smellitizers which look like speakers. They do this because the scent is proven to calm people down, and it also makes them hungry so they'll spend more money on food. At the main entrance, they use the smell of popcorn. The Haunted Mansion is made to smell musty, and at the Pirates of the Caribbean, they release the scents of wet wood and sea salt. How much do the potatoes cost? $2 each. And the bag? The bag's free. Okay, give me the bag. What to do if someone's following you on the street? First, start to walk faster, then make 4 right turns in a row. You'll now be in the same spot you started off, and if they're still behind you, then that confirms that they're actually following you. Whatever you do, don't go home, because then they will know where you live. If someone's walking towards you, start talking to them like they're your friend. Tell them someone's following you and ask if they could walk with you to a more public street until you find another way home. Before I tell you what to do if there's no one on the street to help you, I found this app that tells you your celebrity lookalike. Just press this button on my profile to try it and comment who you get. Remove your jacket and put your hair down so it's harder for them to grab you. Then pretend you forgot something by patting your pockets and say, I forgot my wallet. After you say that, start walking faster in the opposite direction to a busy street. They won't follow you into a busy street and probably won't run after someone who doesn't have their wallet. Hey mom, what was that loud noise outside? There's a big storm outside and it's raining really hard. Can you close all the windows? Yeah, sure. And mind-blowing examples of the Mandela effect. The Monopoly Man never had a molecule on his eye. The monkey Curious George never had a tail. The end of Pikachu's tail was never black. Jiffy's peanut butter was never a thing, it's just Jif. One of C-3PO's legs is actually silver. Double stuffed Oreo cookies are spelled with 1 F. The word fruit in Fruit Loops was never spelled with 2 O's. The Flintstones is actually spelled with 2 T's. The Bernstein Bears is actually the Berenstain Bears. And finally, there's never been a hyphen in between the word Kit Kat. Officer, I need your help. What is it, ma'am? Yesterday my husband went to the grocery store to buy potatoes, but he hasn't come home yet. Then why don't you cook something else? Here's the dumbest things bought by billionaires. Saudi Prince Amir bought a Mercedes covered in 300,000 diamonds. It took 13 experts 2 weeks to attach them and it cost $4.8 million. Data Fugue bought a shirt made entirely out of gold. It has over 14,000 pieces of 22 karat gold weighing 7 pounds. And it cost him $250,000. Finally, Kanye West spent just under $1 million on 4 gold-plated toilets for his mansion. All these people on Instagram are rich. Do you want to know how to make lots of money on Instagram? Yeah, of course! It's really easy. Really? How? Please tell me. Go to your account settings, deactivate your account, and get a job. That bully stole my girlfriend's number. Really? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. The idiot's sending romantic messages to his sister. I've called you like 10 times. Why haven't you been answering? I can explain. Then explain. I like my ringtone. 5 illegal things you've done before. Using a fake name online, whether it's for Instagram, an online game, or a survey. You could be charged for the federal crime of hacking, which is 5 to 20 years in prison. Watching movies on free websites. Unless it's a paid service like Netflix, most free websites won't have a license to the show or movie. Connecting to a public Wi-Fi. If you've connected to an unprotected Wi-Fi that isn't a restaurant, then it's illegal because you're using a service that someone else is paying for. Using social media when you're underage. To use apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube, you legally have to be 13 or older. And for WhatsApp, you have to be 16 or older. Finally, sharing subscription passwords with friends. In 2016, a law was made that you need permission from the website before sharing your password or else it's illegal. 5 advertising tricks they don't want you to know. In commercials, they place cardboard in between each pancake to make them look better. And because syrup absorbs quickly, they use engine oil. Ice cream melts quickly under hot studio lights, so instead they use colored mashed potatoes. In commercials for milk, coffee, and beer, they add a liquid soap. It creates a stable foam that looks more appealing. Unlike whipped cream, shaving cream doesn't melt, so they use it on desserts in commercials and movies. Now before I tell you the craziest one, I found this addicting new shooter game. There's tons of weapons to collect, a bunch of different heroes to unlock, and insane boss fights. Just press the button on my profile to get it. Finally, cereal quickly soaks into milk and sinks to the bottom. So they replace the milk with glue so the cereal stays on top and doesn't get soggy. What happened? Why are you so sad? My girlfriend broke up with me. How come? It's all because of you. What? How? You told me to get her a chain for her birthday. Did you give her one with fake gold? No, I gave her a bicycle chain. Here's what would happen if Earth lost gravity for 5 seconds. Everything would become weightless and nothing would be held in place. But instead of floating in air like you were in space, you would be like a fast-moving tumbleweed. Not just humans, but everything including buildings, vehicles, trees, and water. This is because the Earth would still be spinning, unlike if you were in space. The Earth's atmosphere would also disappear, resulting in a drastic change in air pressure causing everyone's eardrums to rupture. And lastly, without an atmosphere, there would be no oxygen on Earth. Things that are bigger than you thought. Here's how big a traffic light is compared to a human. Here's a polar bear's paw compared to a human hand. Traffic signs are actually really big. Here's a regular sized moose compared to vehicles. Here's how big the Titanic is compared to a modern cruise ship. Here's how big a tornado is compared to a wind turbine. And here's how big the blade of a wind turbine is compared to a human. There was a big snowstorm last night, so they closed the schools. Woohoo! I'm going back to sleep. Who used their time away from school productively? I did. Really? What did you do? I prayed for more snow. Here's the dark theory about Mr. Krabs. Since he's the only crab in Bikini Bottom, fans believe that he killed the rest of them to make Krabby Patties. In this episode, when Plankton and Mr. Krabs were fighting over the Krabby Patty secret formula, he accidentally ripped off the part that said crab meat is the secret ingredient. In an episode where Mr. Krabs takes a bite out of a Krabby Patty, he said, "Oh, so that's what I taste like." This is why Mr. Krabs was scared when the food inspector came. And they also believe this is why the Krusty Krab is shaped as a crab trap. Hey Mom, since it's Friday, can you get pizza before you come home? Yeah, I guess. Oh, and can I go to my friend's house later? That's fine with me, just ask your father. Can you ask him? Fine. Hey Dad, can I ask you a question? What? Where's Mom? 5 reasons why people think the first moon landing was fake. If Neil Armstrong was the first person on the moon, then who took the picture? Here's a picture of Neil Armstrong's boots on display, and here's a picture of his footprint on the moon. They also wonder how the flag is up if there's no wind on the moon. They think the picture was taken in a studio because there's no stars in the sky. And because he's in a shadow but he's all lit up, people think they used a studio light to take the picture. I keep getting asked how to prank people by changing their text messages, so I'm gonna show you. Just click the button on my profile, then press texting prank and download it. Then open up iMessage and click the flame on the bottom. There's 20 messages to choose from and you can even customize your own. Here's an example. One time my mom said, "Can you do your chores?" I said, "Can you do them for me?" And she said no. But I changed her message to yes and said thank you. Is this Emily? I have a boyfriend. I found your purse at Starbucks and it had your number on it, so I thought I'd let you know. Oh my goodness, where can I meet you to pick it up? I have a girlfriend. Here's the dark theory about Bikini Bottom. The Reddit user Capmaster pointed out that Bikini Bottom is named like that because it's directly under Bikini Atoll, which is where they did nuclear testing from 1946 to 1958. And because of this, the creatures that were living in that area have mutated and that's why they can talk. Another Reddit user said that chipmunks were among the animals kept on the Navy ship during these tests. And that's why Sandy wears a full protection suit and turns into a strong creature during hibernation. Why is there a 2-year gap on your resume? Oh, I was in jail. Really? For what? For killing the last interviewer who said he'd call me back. Congratulations, you're hired. Here's 5 world records you didn't know existed. The most toothpicks in a beard. It took Joel 3 hours and 13 minutes to put 3,500 toothpicks in his beard. The longest hair on a teenager, which is 5 feet and 7 inches. The longest hula hoop spun, which is just over 17 feet in diameter. The tallest hat, which is 15 feet and 9 inches. And finally, the largest table tennis bat, which is over 11 feet tall and 6 feet long. Hello. Would you like to make a donation for the swimming pool that the town's building? Yeah, of course. Just 1 second. Here you go. Here's the dark theory about Timmy Turner. In the show, when kids turn 13, they lose their fairy godparents. So fans believe right before he turned 13, he wished to be a ghost, which turned his whole world into the show Danny Phantom. This is why Timmy looks like Danny, Chester looks like Dash, AJ looks like Tucker, and Trixie looks like Paulina.
Well, Mrs. Talbot, I'm wondering if Ben's awake. Not yet, he's still sleeping. Oh, I was wondering if you wanted to come to my house today. Good morning, Mommy. Who are you talking to? Your friend Luke's wondering if you want to go to his house. Can I? If you want to. Say yes. He just woke up and he said yes.
Here's the 3 most dangerous kid toys. In the 1990s, Rollerblade Barbie was released. Each rollerblade used the same wheel mechanism they use in cigarette lighters. So when the Barbie was rolled, it would shoot out sparks. In 1996, the Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kid was released. It ate plastic foods that came with it and exited through a hole in the backpack. But the toy couldn't tell whether it was plastic, your finger, or your hair. And one girl's hair was ripped down to her scalp. Finally, in the 1990s, Nickelodeon released Moon Shoes, which you would strap onto your feet and the springs would help you jump higher. However, they weren't very safe and lots of people sprained and broke their ankles. Mom, where's my laptop? It's on the table. It's not here. Check again.
I'm on a sugar crash.
Here's how fans found Marshmallow's real identity. In this picture on Instagram, you can see a red tattoo through the hole in his jeans. The DJ Chris Comstock also has a red tattoo on his leg. During this interview with Skrillex, someone named Chris phoned him and he said it was Marshmallow.
And, is that right now? It's Chris. Oh, Marshmallow.
Finally, the DJ Feed Me posted a picture of him wearing Marshmallow's mask on his Instagram story. And if you look in the mirror, you could see Chris Comstock taking the picture with the rest of the outfit. It was later deleted, but fans noticed this and took screenshots. Hey, do you think I'm ugly? What? No, why would you say that? Wait, what did I say? Do you think I'm ugly? Yes, I think you're ugly. Times The Simpsons predicted the future. In a 2012 episode, Lady Gaga performed for the town hanging in midair. 5 years later, she flew off the Houston Energy Stadium roof in real life to perform for the Super Bowl halftime show. In 2008, they showed Homer trying to vote for Barack Obama in the election, but the machine kept changing his vote. 4 years later, a voting machine in Pennsylvania was removed because it kept changing people's votes from Barack Obama to his rival Mitt Romney. Before I tell you the craziest one about Apple, I found this app that gives you a bunch of new fonts. Just press this button on my profile if you want to get it. Finally, in 1994, a school bully wrote "Beat Up Martin" on his Apple Newton, which was a product before the iPhone was made, but it got translated to "Eat Up Martha." A few years later, when making the iPhone keyboard, they added the autocorrect feature, and said it was inspired by this episode of The Simpsons. I started eating turtles the other day. Seriously? Yeah. Why? The doctor told me I shouldn't eat fast food. In a million coincidences. These two trucks lined up and said Taylor Swift. This guy took off the mask and looks more like Mario than Mario does himself. The mountains on the truck lined up perfectly with the mountains in real life. These two ladies were dressed up almost the exact same and they're doing the same thing. This news reporter looks the exact same as the robber that's on the loose. I got married. Oh, that's good. No, that's bad. She's ugly. Oh, that's bad. No, that's good. She's rich. Oh, that's good. No, that's bad. She won't give me money. Oh, that's bad. No, that's good. She bought me a big house. Oh, that's good. No, that's bad. The house burnt down. Oh, that's bad. No, that's good. She was in it. Here's the 3 most dangerous kid toys. The kite tube was made to be pulled behind a boat and then raised up into the air. But when people would get up into the air, they would have no control. And although it looks fun, 3 adults were killed from falling off. This floaty was made for babies to sit in. However, it was cheaply made and ripped easily, causing babies to fall into the water. The company was fined $650 for knowing about this problem for 6 years. Slip and slides may not seem dangerous, however, they're only meant for kids. In 1993, there was a warning issued for teens and adults using slip and slides. The slides aren't long enough for their size and weight, so people were getting hurt from the sudden stop. At the time of the warning, 1 teenager and 7 adults had become paralyzed from neck injuries.
I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's gone wrong with me? Feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed so easily. I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's gone wrong with me? Feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed.
Photos you're not supposed to see. Here's what the Teletubbies look like without their heads. Here's where the picture on the Cliff Bar was taken. Here's what a magic 8-ball really looks like. Here's what a ramen noodle cup looks like on the inside. And here's how pineapples are grown. Boss, I'm gonna need a raise, otherwise there's 3 companies calling me every day. What? Which companies? Water, electrical, and the bank. Reason there's UFO sightings in Area 51. In the 1950s, US planes were doing low-flying recon missions over Russia. They did these missions to obtain more information because they were enemies, but they were constantly worried about being spotted and shot down. So in 1954, the president authorized the development of a high-flying top-secret aircraft. They needed a location that wasn't easily accessed by the public, so they chose Area 51. In 1955, there were spottings of UFOs in that area, and this is because they were testing the new aircraft that they built. It could fly higher than 60,000 feet in the air, and at the time, normal aircrafts could only fly 10,000 to 20,000 feet in the air. So when pilots would spot this top secret aircraft above them, they would think it's a UFO. It's that easy, huh? 5 times actors weren't acting. In this scene of Stranger Things when Eleven was fighting possessed Billy, she was so exhausted from filming that she broke character and fell back into Michael's arms. You can even see him look at the producers because he wasn't expecting it. In this episode of Riverdale when Archie rescued Cheryl from the lake, even though he was punching a mat on the ice, he actually broke his hand from hitting so hard. In the movie Bird Box, the actor Sandra Bullock was blindfolded the whole time and she actually couldn't see. So in scenes when she was stumbling around, it was actually real and not acting. In the movie Maleficent, they couldn't find any kids that weren't scared of her, so they ended up using her own child. Her daughter wasn't acting, she was just trying to get her mom's attention. In this episode of Friends, David Schwimmer pranked Jennifer Aniston by pretending to fall down the stairs. She didn't know this was happening, so she actually got scared. Dark truth about iCarly. In the show Drake and Josh, Jerry Traynor played the character named Crazy Steve who had anger issues, and Miranda Cosgrove played a girl named Megan. As soon as the show ended, iCarly came out. Fans believed that Crazy Steve murdered Drake, Josh, and their family, then kidnapped Megan and brought her to Seattle, where he made her change her name to Carly and pretend he was her brother Spencer. So no one would be suspicious, Spencer made up a fake story that their father was in the US Navy and their mother passed away. Carly then started a web show hoping someone would find out and rescue her. I just moved into the apartment next door and I was wondering, how many rolls of wallpaper did you buy when you moved in? I bought 18 rolls. It's kind of funny, I put the wallpaper up everywhere and I still had 10 rolls left over. So did I. 3 places you're not allowed to visit. In Atlanta, Georgia, they made this vault to hide the recipe for Coca-Cola. And legend has it that only 2 or 3 employees actually know the ingredients. The people who live on North Sentinel Island are known for firing flaming arrows and throwing rocks at tourists. So the government decided it's off limits. This vault in Norway holds thousands of seeds for every plant on Earth, which could restore the Earth if there is ever a disaster that wiped out all of our natural resources. To who do you owe your success as a millionaire? And what were you before she came into your life? I owe everything to my girlfriend. A billionaire. Strangest last meal requests on death row. In 1963, Victor Harry Fager was sentenced to death for a kidnap and murder. For his final meal, he requested a single olive with the seed left in it. After his execution, the seed was found in his pocket. They believe he wanted to be buried with it so a tree would sprout on top of him. Gerald Lee Mitchell requested an assorted bag of Jolly Ranchers and he ate every single one. Now before I tell you the craziest one, I found this app that boosts your Snap score and makes your Snapchat look like this. If you want to try it, just press the button on my profile. In 1990, James Edward Smith requested a lump of soil. But because dirt isn't on the list of permitted food, he was served a cup of yogurt instead. It says on the menu that you sell fat-free fries, is that true? Yep, 100%. Really? Well then I'll get a large. Okay, it'll only be a minute. Wait a minute, why are the potatoes dripping with oil? I thought you said it was fat-free. It is, you only have to pay for the potatoes. 3 most terrifying places to swim. This pool in China has machinery made to create waves, but in 2019 it malfunctioned and made a bigger wave than the pool was designed for. It sent people flying in the air and landing on tiles. 44 people were injured, but there's luckily no deaths. This place in Hawaii called the Pool of Death is a place to swim made out of volcanic rocks. The water is clear and the perfect temperature for swimming, but at any time waves from the ocean can throw people against the rocks and pull them underwater, which has caused many deaths. This popular tourist spot called Devil's Pool is the deadliest place to swim on Earth. Against the waterfall's edge, it's surrounded by rocks, making it the perfect place to swim and take pictures. But one wrong move and you'll fall to your death. No, I should get it because I always get 100%. But I've never skipped a day of class. What are you two arguing about? We found this $20 bill and decided to give it to whoever could tell the biggest lie. You should be ashamed of yourself. When I was your age, I didn't even know what a lie was. You win. normal looking photos with disturbing backstories. This looks like a normal picture at first, but if you look on the left, you could see a hand around the girl that doesn't belong to any one of them. People believe this is the hand of a ghost because the picture was taken near a haunted house. This picture was taken in 1998, a few minutes before the red vehicle on the right had a bomb explode inside of it. Luckily, the father and son survived, but the person taking the picture didn't. In 1975, these two brothers took a picture because their hair was sticking up. A few seconds later, lightning struck and another hiker died. The boys survived, but one of them got third-degree burns and later took his life.
Overwhelmed so easily, my anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe, words come over me. I get overwhelmed so easily, my anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe, words come over me, feels like I'm so.
Three celebrities who gave up fame to work normal jobs. Dylan and Cole Sprouse starred in the show The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. While Cole continued his acting career by going on the show Riverdale, Dylan stopped to open up his own brewery. Peter Ostrom played Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka, but after that he refused a 3-movie deal. As he got older, he became a veterinarian and specializes in farm animals. Hayden Christensen was known for playing Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars. But in 2007, he moved to Canada and bought a farm. With his passion for design, he also started his own clothing company in 2013. Why is there a 4-year gap on your resume? Oh, that's when I was in Yale. Oh wow, that's impressive. You're hired. Thank you so much. I really needed this job. Biggest coincidences in the world. Shortly before their wedding, Nick and Amy decided to go through Nick's baby photos. In this picture of him playing at the beach during a vacation, Amy noticed herself in the background 11 years before they met. A reporter was asking people on the street in the UK if they remembered the final round of the 1967 FA Cup soccer game. The person he chose to interview turned out to be the goalie who played in the game, and look how happy he was.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. I played in it.
Did you?
I was goalkeeper for Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a stroke of luck, me meeting
nice.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, can you remind me of your name, please?
Tommy Lawrence.
The guys in these pictures look the exact same, but they're not even related. The first picture is Enzo Ferrari, who was a race car driver and the founder of the car brand Ferrari. The other guy is a soccer player named Mesu. But the scariest part is that Enzo died in 1988, which is the same year that Mesu was born. I like your t-shirt. Oh, thanks. Crazy laws that only exist in North Korea. In 2013, North Korea's leader made a law that there would only be 28 hairstyles allowed. 18 for the woman and 10 for the men. But the most unfair part is that the leader's haircut isn't even on the list. You can't watch your favorite shows on TV. They have 3 channels to choose from that are controlled by the government. The only people who are allowed to own cars are state officials. It's estimated that 1 to 10 in 1,000 people can own one. You can't make an international call. In 2007, a man was shot in a stadium because he made a call outside of North Korea. If you live in North Korea, you're forced to stay there for the rest of your life. Finally, if you thought the last one was crazy, you're not allowed to have your own opinions that go against the leader's rules. You'll be sent away to an educational camp where they'll threaten and torture you until you learn to not have your own opinion. I bought this lie detector, so if you lie, it'll beep. Okay? So, you were at school today, right? Yeah. Okay, I was at the movies. Alright, I went for a beer with my friends. What? When I was your age, I never would have touched alcohol. He really is your son. Coolest houses in the world. The safe house is the only home in the world designed for a zombie apocalypse. When you flip the switch, the mechanical concrete walls and steel doors shut, making it impossible to get in. It even has a drawbridge to get to the pool so you don't have to go downstairs. This house has 3 floors with built-in slides. One side of the house has stairs to get to each floor, but on the other side there's a slide that you could ride all the way down to the first floor. The house also has a built-in ball pit. Finally, there's 130 of these floating houses being built in Dubai. The bedroom is on the lowest floor, making it fully underwater. There's huge windows that overlook the coral reef. And on the top floor, there's a bar and hot tub. Luke! Yeah? Yeah? Oh, so you've been on your phone the whole time, huh? What? No. Hey, I'd like you to do the dishes. In a million coincidences. This bird landed on the page about itself. This guy's t-shirt, race number, and finishing time were all the same number. A dog gave birth to these 3 puppies, each with their own corresponding number on their back. These 2 strangers sat next to each other at a bar and spelled Cookie Monster. And this person managed to take a picture at the exact same time as the balloon was popping. Our principal's an idiot. Do you know who I am? No? I'm his daughter. Do you know who I am? No? Good. 3 actors who actually got injured in movies. In Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise had a scene where he jumped from building to building. He slams into the building, then pulls himself up in pain and slowly limps away. This is because when he hit the building, he actually broke his ankle. In The Exorcist, there's a scene where the possessed girl slaps her mom across the room, causing her to yell. To film this scene, there were people who pulled the actor onto her back using wires, but they pulled too hard and left her with lifelong back pain. Finally, in a scene for the movie Apocalypse Now, the actor had to pretend like he was drunk, but he thought it would be more realistic if he was actually drunk, so that's what they did. And because he wasn't thinking right, he punched a mirror, causing it to break and cut his hand. But he kept going and they used it in the final cut. You want to go out for supper tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, be ready in an hour. Are you ready?
No, not yet.
3 Secret Service tactics that are insane. The president's main way of transportation is called the Beast. It's a Cadillac limousine with over 7 tons of armor, which is 8 inches thick. It can defend against gunfire and explosives, but it never travels alone. In the line of vehicles, there's a black van that holds the counter-assault team, and in total there's 12 vehicles that each cost over $1 million. When chefs are cooking food for the president, every single one of their movements is monitored by an agent to make sure they're not poisoning the food. When the president travels, chefs go with him to personally prepare his food. He doesn't eat any food that's gifted to him, and when he buys food at a restaurant, he doesn't actually eat it. It's usually just for a photo. The president gets lots of online threats, and even if it's just a joke, they investigate every single aspect of that person's life. Their neighbors, friends, and employees can all be interviewed. They do this to see how serious the threat is, then decide if they need to take action on the person or not. Okay, I'll call 911. I'm calling, but it just keeps coming up busy. Can you tell me what's going on? That's not Herb. Mom, it's Herb. He's sitting in the living room now. When are you coming home? You let him in? You have to do everything I say, okay? Okay. What's he doing right now? Now I want you guys to comment if I should tell her or send a picture. Based on your comments, I'll pick one and post part 3 tomorrow. But if you want to find out what happens right now and read a bunch more stories, just click the link on my profile and download the app. Dad, someone at school keeps calling me fat. Oh, son, don't listen to them. You're bigger than that. You guys told me to send the picture, so I did. Okay, go upstairs to my room. There's a cell phone in the drawer by my bed. Wait, how are you texting me then? It's a burner, don't ask. Okay, got it. Turn on the phone and press and hold the number 6. Okay, it's ringing. Who am I calling? Stop asking questions and just hide. Mom, you're freaking me out. The man picked up the call and said message received, code red activated. His voice sounded so familiar. Who was that? Nobody you know. Really? It sounded just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That was. The final part will be out tomorrow, but if you want to find out what happens right now, just click the link on my profile to download the app. Here's what to do if you drop your phone in the toilet. First, get your phone out as soon as possible and dry the outside with something like a towel. Then power off your phone completely so you avoid short-circuiting it. Now, if you have an iPhone, take out the SD card on the side, but if you have a phone that lets you remove the battery, do that to allow more airflow so it could dry better. If you can, use a vacuum to suck out the water, but if not, tilt your phone side to side to allow the water to drop out. You may be thinking, Luke, what about putting it in rice? Well, studies showed that the best and quickest way to dry your phone is to let it air dry with good air circulation. Parents be like, go do your chores or I'm taking your phone. Then do it.
Okay then.
Hey, give it back. I was just joking. Come on, give it back. That was Justin. Why is Justin's number on your burner phone? What's going on? I promise I'll explain everything when all of this is over. All of what is over? What are you involved in? And how do you know my boyfriend? We've literally been dating for 2 weeks. I know. I'm the one who made sure you two met. What does that even mean? Why? Because I needed someone to protect and watch out for you. Like a bodyguard? Who the heck are you? You'll understand. Right now you need to tell me where Herb is. I don't know. I'm currently freaking out that my mom set me up with a fake boyfriend. I'm sorry, honey. I need to find out the truth. Okay, I'm asking Herb myself. 10 minutes later. Honey, are you okay? Herb just showed me a picture. She sends the picture. Oh my god. Don't worry, honey. It's going to be okay. I've got this covered. And that's the end of the story. But if you want more just like that, then click the link on my profile to download the app. Hey! Is somebody there? No! Here's 5 everyday things that you didn't know the purpose of. Number 1, the hole in pot handles. Most people use it to hang pots and pans, but it can also be used to hold spoons when you're cooking so you don't make a mess. Number 2, the groove on the bottom of mugs. The grooves are designed so when you place it upside down in the dishwasher, it allows water to flow out rather than spill all over your feet when you take it out. Number 3, the hole in pen caps. The hole is there to allow airflow so if someone swallows it, they won't choke. Number 4, pom-poms on beanies. This style was made for French sailors so they wouldn't hit their head on the ceilings of ships that were low. Number 5, the tiny buttons on jeans. These tiny buttons are called rivets and are placed in spots that are most likely to fall apart. I just met the woman of my dreams. What should I do? Send her some flowers and on the card invite her over for a home-cooked meal. That's genius, thank you. I wonder how his meal went. Well, that was a terrible idea. Didn't she come to your house? She did, but she refused to cook. Parents be like, go to your chores or I'm taking your phone. No. Parents be like, go to your chores or I'm taking your phone. No. Parents be like, go do your chores or I'm taking your phone. Then do it.
Okay then.
Hey, I was just joking. But when you're running, try to hold the phone like this so it looks like...
You're behind me and me?
Like so they can see you.
Okay.
Parents be like, go to your chores. No, too fast. Parents be like, go to your chores or I'm taking your phone. Then do it.
Okay then.
Hey, I was just joking. Try to sound just a bit more aggressive.
Okay, well, first of all, it wasn't too.
Yeah.
Like, how about... Okay then.
Okay, but a bit slower. But try one more time. Same tempo, but a bit slower. Same volume.